Rules are very simple. 4 easy rules, no fine print or impossible rules to meet. Here to present how to get a funded futures trading account, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. John Skelton of Apex Trader Funding on Traders Corner today. Welcome to Traders Corner, John. John, would you check your mute button?
Well, you know, that helps, doesn't it, Rob?
It always does.
I unmuted my my mic, but yep, didn't unmute the screen there. So that definitely helps. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. And man, I might need a minute here to come up with a catchy phrase, Mr. Softy. Man, that is good. Microsoft Mr. Softy. That's I like that one a lot. So let me just can everybody hear me okay? And can everybody see my screen? We're coming through loud and clear here.
We can see your screen. You're at least loud and clear to me. Ladies and gentlemen, can we show John some love in the chat box or questions box?
There we go. Got the questions here now. Okay, looks like audio, video, good, perfect. Well, first of all, guys, thank you so much for Rob, Traders Corner. You guys that are on today, thank you so much for having me here. I just want to start off by saying thank you, and also to apologize. I was supposed to be on with you guys about a month ago, but had a family issue come up, and I had to cancel last minute, and felt horrible about that. So thank you for understanding, and I'm really glad to be here. So I'm going to get us kicked off here. So again, my name is John Skelton with Apex Trader Funding. Appreciate you joining us today here. And I want to do a little something different. First of all, as always, got to show some disclosures here. Trading involves risk. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. I want to do a little something different here. I'm not going to try to give you a long, big sales pitch here today kind of thing. I want to do a little more education. I want to help you understand what is this whole deal with trader funding. What is that all about? How does it work? What are the pros and cons, benefits, what to be aware of? So I want to do just a little bit of education here for you, help you understand it so you know what to look for out there. How does that sound? Does that sound good? I want to just kind of start with that. So let me just kind of set the foundation here of, one of the first questions you always say is, well, why would somebody give me a funded trading account? What's the catch? Like, why would I do that? Well, let me flip the question and let's just kind of set a foundation here. How many of you, I know some of you are brand new to trading, some of you have traded for years. How many of you have ever bought, like show of hands, tell me in the questions box here, how many of you have ever subscribed to a trading newsletter or to a day trading plan or to a signal service, or let's say an auto trading system, right? We've pretty much all done that over the years at some point as a trader. So what is it that we're actually doing when we do that? Well, what we're saying is, I'm a trader, I've got a live futures account with my live money sitting in there. I'm out here looking though at another trader. I'm trying to find a guru, right? Somebody to follow their trading plan or their trading system, or just even take their signal. Like, you're literally looking for someone to put your live money behind and follow their trades. Isn't that what you're doing? We've all done it. And you go to a website or you see a video, and maybe on that website they've got some historical stats, right? Of here's my win rate and here's all the profit. Well, you hope that's real. I mean, anyone can go make a spreadsheet with trade history, right? Like, you hope it's real. But what if, you're out there looking for someone to literally entrust your trading decisions with, literally entrust your live money with someone else? But what if you could actually watch them trade in an evaluation demo account for a few weeks and see for yourself live? Not just trust that this historical stat is real, but watch them day in, day out over a few weeks. Okay, hey, this person can trade. This person's live signals actually do work. Are you going to feel a lot better at that point of putting your money behind that person, or doing a profit split with them, or following their signals if you can see their performance live over a few weeks, right? That makes sense. That's all that we're looking to do here as well. It's going to make you feel a lot more comfortable, and not just one day, right? Oh, well, I watched him trade for one day and he made a killing. Well, yeah, the market was also trending that day. How's he going to do the next day, he or she do the next day, when the market's really volatile or really range bound, right? You've watched them trade for a few weeks, seen them trade some different market conditions, some swings. How do they come out? Okay. And if you see that they've come out very well, they're very disciplined, they're very profitable, you're going to feel pretty good about following them. Or you may feel good about handing them some of your money to trade and you do a profit split with them, right? And then on top of that, you may still want to follow some of their trades on the side in your own account. That's literally how it works with us as a trader funding company. We're no different than you as a trader looking for people to follow, okay? So what is trader funding? Now, real quick, let me just stop you. Don't be running to our website and signing up, because I'm going to give you a coupon code at the end. I'm going to give you a big discount. I'm going to give you half off of everything. I'm just letting the cat out of the bag now, just so you don't go sign up and say, oh man. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but if you follow along here with me, I'm going to cover most all the questions, and then I'm going to show you how to get answers to all the other questions you have, okay? So this is for futures accounts only, all right? Currently, we're not funding stocks or options or Forex, okay? It's very simple. Prove you can trade consistently and profitably without, massive losses or drawdowns. Then you qualify for a paid performance account, okay? That's a paid performance account that we do a profit split. You as the trader get 90%. We as the funders keep 10%. That's how we make our money. But we also can take that a step further, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So why, as a company, would our company or our group of investors or our backers, why would we want to back traders? Why don't we just trade that money ourselves, right? Why don't we just go in huge position sizes and trade ourselves and keep it all? Well, because we're able to find consistent traders and bring in consistent profit splits and a diverse market. Some people trade indices, some people trade commodities, some people trade the New York Open, some people trade overnight, right? So we're able to have, and we don't require that you trade any particular system. You don't have to trade my system or Rob's system or this system. You can trade whatever system you want to trade. We're not looking to make somebody use a certain person's tools or whatever, okay? We want to know that you can trade, all right? So it spreads out the risks. And here's the big difference, though, between us and some of the other companies that are out there, is we also do reserve the right to scale and copy trades. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say that you come in, you do an evaluation, you pass the evaluation, you qualify for a funded account, right? And then we do a 90-10 split. You as the trader keep 90%, we keep 10%. We're pretty happy with that. We've got a good, profitable, consistent trader. We're making 10%. We do also reserve the right, though, to copy the trades that are happening in that account into our own account as well that we're keeping 100% of. Does that make sense? To where all of a sudden the profitability, ratio and possibilities go way up for us, but doesn't affect the trader. And I'm going to show you why that's important here in just a second. So what are some challenges and needs? Why would somebody want to have a funded account? Some of you might say, look, there's a lot of people out there that are, hey, I'm interested in trading. I want to get into trading. I've been watching videos on YouTube, but I don't have the money to trade, right? Like, I don't have an account. I don't have enough funds to trade, or I've got a little bit in there, but I don't have enough to trade the size I want to trade. I want to trade more contracts. Or some people are like, I just don't want to risk my own money. That's my savings. That's my kids' college funds. I don't want to risk my own money. Or, you know, hey, it's random news or volatility that scares me. How many of you guys on here trade NASDAQ, the NQ? Y'all been, anybody been trading the NQ the last couple weeks or today? You want to talk about some craziness, right? I mean, just nuts, like out of control nuts, like up, down, here, there. I mean, in a matter of like over the last few days, I can't tell you how many times I've looked at this thing, and in less than a minute, I mean, here's an example this morning. What is this, like 10:06? It's around 13:089. And by 10:08, it's at 141.50. So like 200 ticks, right? Just hundreds of ticks in less than a minute. It's all over the place. When you've got 5-10 grand in savings and that's your only life savings, is it a little stressful to go and trade that and risk that in a market like right now that you've seen in the last couple weeks? You know, I mean, that's where it gets crazy. When you're saying, hey, this is all the money I've got, and I'm looking at the market doing this right here, right? In a matter of, look at the timestamp, 10:16. This way over here is still 10:16, like 250 ticks. That gets a little nerve-wracking to risk it all. What's the other thing that happens when the market is volatile and crazy like this? Margin can change, right? Suddenly you had enough in there to trade, you had enough in there to trade a few contracts, then suddenly you don't, right? Because the margins go way up. Also think about this. Any of you that have traded for a while now, remember how like when we all first started trading, we thought everything was about finding the perfect holy grail system, right? And that's that hidden indicator, that secret indicator, and what indicators can I add on, and we thought that's what all about. And then you hear people talk about, you know, mind mastery and psychology of trading and being disciplined, and you're like, I don't need that psychobabble stuff. I just need like a good indicator, right? Then you blow a couple accounts, you hit a few rough spots, and you start to realize, oh wow, I do need to focus on the mental side. Like I'm my own worst enemy, right? And when you take out some of that fear and some of that greed and some of that hesitation by not trading your own live money, that's all you have, it makes a huge difference. It gives you a big edge. Think about the top traders out there. They're institutional traders. They're hedge fund traders. They don't trade their own money. Amy says, yeah, so true. I mean, it is, right? Like it's, or here's another scenario, show of hands. How many of you like did pretty good checking out a system, trying to figure out a system, you're trading it in demo and you're doing good. Like you're killing it. You're profitable, you're winning, like you're doing great in demo. And as soon as you put your live money into a live account and switch over to live, what happens? Right? And then like, I just blew that account. I literally just blew the account. How did that happen? I've been doing so good. It's because it's a whole different mental world when it comes to your live money. You hesitate, or you get in too late, or you get in too early, or you revenge trading, and it messes with your head, right? And you have a bad day, or you have a bad morning of trading, and your whole day is ruined. And what's worse, the worst thing is a Friday, right? When you have a bad Friday, and you got to wait till Monday to try to catch up or do it again, right? We've all been there, okay? But it creates a whole new mental outlook on your trading when you're trading someone else's money, when you're not risking your own money, okay? Now, look, I'm sure, and I'm not going to mention names here, but quick show of hands, how many here have tried a trader funding company before? and maybe didn't walk away with the best taste in your mouth afterwards. Well, let me fill you in a little bit about the industry here, okay? There's some other companies out there that are good, reputable companies, okay? There's some that, look, their rules are so tight and their rules are so hard. They're specifically designed where you have no chance at all to ever pass the evaluation account. Why would they do that? Well, because you fail it, and guess what? You pay a reset fee and you try again, and you fail it and you pay another fee and you try again, and you try again and again and again and again. There's no chance of ever passing them due to all the rules, all the fine print. There's some rules out there, like some of these companies say, you know, you can't trade 5 minutes before news, 5 minutes after news. You can't trade more than X, you know, times a day. Or I like this one. This is a great one. We want to prevent HFTs, high frequency trading, and auto trading, super scalping. So you have to stay in a trade for at least 2 minutes. See, that sounds like a good little pitch at first, right? Hey, we gotta protect the market. We gotta protect the liquidity of contracts. We don't want super scalping. So you have to stay in a trade at least 2 minutes or you fail your account. Y'all heard that one? Let's just pull this chart back up again. If I got in a trade and I'm wrong and the market's going against me, 250 ticks in 1 minute, but hey, I can't close it out for another 60 seconds. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on. Right? Do you understand how that is a ridiculous rule? Like, that's a ridiculous rule. You cannot manage a trade or manage risk that way. That's not how the market works. All you gotta do is look at a chart, okay? Or I've heard another rule, we don't want scalping, or we don't want you to hold, you know, too much scalping, but we don't want you to hold too long. You can't be in a trade longer than 20 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, if that market is, you know, plowing down and I'm letting my profits run, I mean, isn't that what trading's all about, right? Manage your risk, but let your profits run. Those rules make no sense, okay? Or, you know, if you accidentally try to place one extra contract than what you were supposed to, we're just gonna knock you out. Or, I mean, on and on and on and on, all these rules, okay? Do you guys understand that? That's the business model for a lot of these companies out there, okay? Here's what we did. As we're traders, we've been traders for 12 years, and we have tried some of these other funding companies, and we couldn't pass them. And it was something that we really sought after for years to figure out how to make this work, because there's so many people that want to trade but don't have the funds to trade, okay? And we wanted to build a company that was by traders, for traders, that was backed with true funding, backed with, you know, multiple groups of funders, and make it very, very simple, okay? Here's our rules for Apex Trader Funding, okay? I'm gonna show you here in a minute. Like, let me just pull this over real quick first. So when you do go to our site, apextraderfunding.com, you can scroll down, watch a little video here, check out some information, but right down here, we have different plans, okay? Anywhere from a $25,000 evaluation account all the way up to $300,000, okay? Each one is different, each one has different rules, okay? For example, probably our most popular plan is the $50,000 simulated evaluation plan. It'll let you do up to 20 mini contracts. I'm sorry, 10 mini contracts or 20 micros. The profit goal is $3,000. Okay, there's no time frame on this. It can take you 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, whatever. Okay. Can you make 3,000 without losing 2,500. Okay, like that's how that plan works there, for example. So here's our rules. They're literally this simple. Hit the profit goal that's listed for your size of plan. Don't hit the max drawdown. Don't hold your trade past 459. This is for day trading, not long-term trading. We do require that all trades be closed by 459, okay? Don't give out your username and password to someone else. If you want us to fund you, you be the one trading, right? That's not a ridiculous rule. And we want 10 trading days minimum, okay? That's it. That's the rules. That simple. So let's talk about this for a minute. Here's how I like to equate it. Let's say that you had $100,000 sitting in your bank. Somebody comes to you and says, hey, I can trade. Give me the 100 grand and we'll do some profit splits. You've never met this person in your life. Are you going to give it to him? Well, probably not, right? But if you are going to give it to him and say, hey, let's set this up in a, demo account and let's check it out, okay? Is it unrealistic for you to say, okay, bud, let's have a $100,000 simulated account. Let's see if you can reach a profit goal of this amount without losing this amount. Is that fair? Like, would that be a logical thing that you would want to see or know from this person before you handed them access to a funded account? That's more than fair. Is that an unrealistic rule that's there to just cause somebody to fail? No, like that's a realistic rule. Okay, don't hold the trade past 459. Anybody have any idea why we have that rule? Because what happens at 5 p.m. Eastern time? The markets are shut down. They open back up when? 6 p.m. Eastern time. Anybody ever seen a gap open? Where when that thing opens back up, it opened up 100 points away? Yeah, that's pretty costly in a second, right? So again, put yourself in our shoes. You're handing some dude, some guy, some gal, access to 100 grand. Is it unrealistic or ridiculous for you to ask them, hey, let's not hold my money into potential gap opens? Cool? Yeah, or into overnight margin. If you want to get back in, get back in. But let's not risk that gap. I think that's a pretty fair rule that you would want to put on your own money. Everybody understand, agree with that? Yeah? Okay, don't give out your password. Don't come to me saying, ooh, look, I can trade, give me access to this account, but I'm really letting someone else trade it. You wouldn't want that either if you were the one putting up the money, right? Okay, so a couple of you have asked, what do you mean by 10 trading days? Okay, so let's say I come to you and say, hey, Amy, James, Boris, a couple of y'all on here, I can trade, give me 100 grand. You say, okay, John, prove it. And I go out today, and the first day I go and I make $3,000 today in the market. Oh, wow. Let's give them live money. Would you do that? You have no idea if I lucked out, if I caught a lucky run, if the market was just trending. You have no idea if one day means anything, right? My kid can come in here and press buy or sell and be right half the time. You know what I mean? So the reason we say 10 trading days minimum is if we say, hey, for this account here, reach a profit goal of $3,000. We don't want you to just do it in one day and then say, okay, fund me. Let's see you trade 10 separate trading days. They don't have to be consecutive. You don't have to qualify in only 10 days. It doesn't matter if you take 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months. We just want to see 10 separate trading days to know, yeah, you just didn't get lucky. You know what you're doing. You're consistent. You have some ups, you have some downs, you have a good trading plan. You've gone through. Also, what's the other thing that happens over 10 different trading days? You probably trade in a couple trending days, a couple range days, a couple volatile days. Okay, we see they can handle that. Some of these other companies out there, they want you to go through an evaluation for 2 months. And then if you happen to pass it, then they want you to start another 2-month evaluation that has a little bit different rules. And then you can see that's unnecessary, right? But 10 days to show us, I don't think that's asking much. Do you? That's what I ask everybody is, these are our rules right here. If there's one of these rules that you can say, hey, I don't like that, I wouldn't want somebody to do that with my own money, then tell me. But I don't think anything's unrealistic about it, okay? So that's it. Like that's the biggest, that was my little bit of education there about the trader funding industry, what is out there, what to look out for, why we're different, okay? Everything makes sense so far? And that's it. There's no fine print, complicated rules beyond this, making it hard to pass. Can you trade consistently, profitably? Can you stay within a drawdown guidelines? I'll talk to you a little bit about that. It's really that simple, okay? So what is the process? Well, again, like I said, you can qualify in as little as 10 days. You don't have to go through months and months of processes. It's a one-step evaluation. You don't have to do multiple things and start over again, okay? So it's kind of what I was saying earlier, fees versus funding, okay? Yes, we charge fees for our service. Yes, we charge fees for the evaluation, but our rules are simple. Traders can actually get funded. We can actually do profit splits, and it's a win-win all around. It's not hard, complicated rules with no possible way of you ever passing, and we just want to get more and more fees from you, okay? That's the difference of a long-term relationship versus a short-term relationship, okay? So how does it work? Well, like I showed you briefly here on the site, and again, don't sign up because we're going to get you a special link, okay? You don't want to just go straight to the site, and we're going to give you a special link and a special coupon code. So you choose your account size, anywhere from 25,000 up to 300,000, everything in between. What's the difference? Why would I want one account size over the other? Well, it really just depends on your trading strategy, really, okay? So, for example, the $50,000 here, the profit goal's 3,000 bucks, okay? The trailing threshold, which we'll talk a little more about, 2,500 bucks. You know, hey, I'm a scalper. You know, I don't really hold long term. My strategy doesn't have huge big stops. You know, so I don't need a big huge trailing stop. You know, 2,500 bucks, 2,700 might be fine. Some of you say, well, I stay in the market for a long time. I ride those trends. They can really pull back against me sometimes. I want something that's got a little bit higher of a stop threshold, you know, or I like to trade a lot of contract. There's no right or wrong here. It's about what works for you, okay? So you choose which plan you want. Each plan offers, like I said, higher profit goals, higher stops, more contracts. You sign up, we're going to get you the discount. As soon as you sign up, you get an email with everything you need. You get access to the back office that gives you immediate access to everything, activates your login. You don't have to put up any funds. The only cost to you is the purchasing of the evaluation account, which I just showed you here, okay? It's right on the home page there, okay? That's a monthly fee. If you haven't passed in the first 30 days, then the fee recurs again, okay? Like I said, we only need 10 days to pass. A lot of people pass before their next bill ever happens. Some people want to take their time. That's up to you, okay? Now, what happens, and a couple of you have asked, well, hey, what happens if I sign up and the next day I fail the account and I blow the account? Okay, well, yes, you can go and hop in, pay 80 bucks, reset the account, start fresh at your full balance, your full stop, and all that. Okay, the reset doesn't affect your monthly bills. That's every 30 days. You can reset as many times as you need. All right, so no, you don't have to wait for the next billing or sign up all over again. You can reset the account and go on. Right, we've all been there, done that. We have bad days, we've blown accounts. You know, blowing an evaluation, having to pay 80 bucks to reset, it's a lot better than blowing your $10,000 savings, right? So you sign up for the account, you get access to everything right away. The data fees are included. You don't have to pay extra for data feed, okay? We can use it on over 20 platforms. NinjaTrader is our preferred platform. That's the platform we provide support for. We also give a free license key for NinjaTrader included in that. So that monthly fee for those evaluation accounts includes everything. Everything you need, our manager or our trader, NinjaTrader license, Rhythmic data, everything, okay? So there's nothing else you need there. Here's a list of platforms it works on. Again, NinjaTrader is our preferred platform that we do provide some support on, but it works on multiple other platforms as well. We've got a lot of people, you know, using Sierra and Jigsaw. You know, I'm not sure what most of you guys here trade on, but it works on all these different platforms right here. I'll also show you where to find this on the site. So soon as you sign up, it doesn't take long just to get everything connected, get everything set up. There's step-by-step videos that walks you through everything. And again, minimum of 10 days. Doesn't have to be sequential days. You don't have to trade every day. You can trade once, you know, you can trade one day and not trade again for a week. Or you might sign up today and you hit your profit goal today in one day. But we still want to see what? 9 more trading days, right? Fine. Hit your profit goal today. The next 9 days, just enter a micro and exit a micro. You placed a trade, right? You just have to have 10 trading days, okay? You know, once you hit that profit target, you pass everything, everything's moved over into what we call a PA, funded account. That's where your profit splits, okay? So it's really very simple, okay? I talked to you about what if I fail an evaluation account? Am I out? Am I stuck? Do I have to wait? No, you can reset it and go right away. What are the payouts? Once you're in a funded account, we pay out the first $10,000 of payouts to you, the trader, is at 100%, okay? James says, last Friday I hit my goal in 1 hour in queue on a 50K. Awesome, James. So you just got to make up, you know, the rest of your 10 days. Smartest thing to do, and we allow it, just go in and do a micro, you know, buy close, done for the day. Do it again tomorrow, next 8 days, you know, exactly. So yeah, we pay out the first $10,000 at 100%. Then after that, we do a 90-10 split, 90% to the trader, 10% to us, okay? So each one of these evaluation plans right here, okay? Each one has the account size listed, number of contracts, the profit goal, and then trailing threshold. What does trailing threshold mean? Okay, try to follow along with me here, all right? Because it takes a minute to fully understand it. I'm going to also show you where you can watch a whole video on it, totally understand it before you ever get involved, okay? And sometimes people are confused about it, and honestly, they just haven't sat and watched a video, okay? I know people learn differently, but I literally made, it's all over our site. I literally made a full video about this where I showed it and taught it based on a PowerPoint slide. And then the next part of the video, I showed it and taught it and gave an example, listed out on a Excel spreadsheet. And then the third part of the video, I actually walked through 3 live trades showing it. Like, there's no reason to ever be confused about this if someone just takes the time to watch the video, because this right here is what it's all about. This is the key. This is 95% of passing the evaluation account. And it really just blows my mind that a lot of people just haven't sat and watched the video, because I literally show you how to, I don't want to say cheat the system, but always see it right in front of you. There's never, like in our trader, it literally shows you where is my trailing stop, like to the dollar. You always know where it is. It's really very simple, okay? But it's a trailing stop. What does that mean? All right, follow me here. Hold on to your questions for a minute and follow me through here, then I'll show you where you can get more info. Let's say you start with a $50,000 evaluation account, and you have a $2,500 max loss on that account, right? That's the rules. So you're going to start with a $50,000 balance, and your loss threshold will be what? $2,500 behind that, so $47,500. What that means is your account balance cannot go below $47,500, or you would blow the account, fail the evaluation. Easy enough, right? So you get in a trade, you make $500 in profit. Now your balance is $50,500. Okay? Your threshold is what? $2,500 behind that. It's a trailing threshold. Okay? It moves up with your profit based on the highest point of profit in any open trade. All right? So you made 500 bucks. Now your balance is at 50,500. Your threshold's 2,500 bucks behind that, so your threshold is now at 48,000. Your threshold will never go down. It can only go up. Does that make sense? First of all, does everybody get that? Your threshold only goes up, it never goes down. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a trailing threshold. Now, on the next trade, you lose $100. So now, instead of your balance being 50,500, you lost 100. So your balance is what? 50,400. But your threshold is still where it was at 48,000. It didn't go up or down, okay? Because your threshold only goes up as profit goes up. Does that make sense? Now, here's the key right here. This is the key. And if you understand this and you really, again, just watch the video, I literally show how to, watch it in live trade. This is 95% of passing this right here. Let's say you're in a live trade. And while you're in that trade, you're up $600 in profit. Okay? So now your balance is like 51,000. Well, what also went up 600 bucks then? Your trailing threshold, right? And do trailing thresholds ever go down, or they only go up? They only go up. So you're in a trade, you're up 600 in profit, but then it starts coming back against you, against you, against you, against you, and you close it with a $500 profit. Okay? So you made 500 bucks, but your trailing threshold went up how much? 600. Understood? It trails to the highest point of profit in an open trade. Does that make sense? Why? Why do we do that in an evaluation account? By the way, once you have passed an evaluation and you're in what we call a PA, a paid performance account, that's the funded account with the split, this trail stops as soon as you hit like you'd start with a $50,000 account, and as soon as the trailing threshold gets to 50,100, meaning it basically covers our butt on the balance, then it stops. Okay, you don't have this. It's just there during the evaluation. Why? Why would we do something like that? Why would we have a trailing threshold like that that follows? What does that force you to do when you're trading? Again, I always go back to saying, hey, put yourself in our shoes. If you're going to hand somebody 100 grand to trade and they're up $1,000 in profit, let me just ask you this. We're all traders. Show of hands. How many of you have been in a trade? You're up $500 in profit. You see that green number, 500. But when you got out, you were down several hundred. I know you're lying if you don't raise your hand. We've all done it. Boris says, yeah, this morning, right? Let's just be real. We've all done it. Why? Well, you know, we're up and it was pulling back against us, but I think it's going to come back. I think it is going to, it's going to come back. Oh, wait. Come on. Take your profits, call it a day, move on. Isn't that what you want somebody to do with your money? Instead of being up and then letting them come back down and lose that profit plus another 2,500 bucks. So is that a ridiculous rule? Right. So that's that. Okay. I'm getting my, hey, heads up, time's running out. So that's how we're different, guys. Okay. I hope that all that makes sense. So real quick here, we're going to wrap up. Tell you what, Rob, I've got a link here as well, but guys, we'll post the link in just a second. Real quick, when you head over to the link we're going to give you, it's this same site. All right. Everything is here. You can check out all of the different packages. A couple really important places. Okay. Right here under the FAQ. If you click this FAQ, literally everything you could possibly want to know is right here. Okay. So for example, as soon as you get into the FAQ, scroll down right here. How do payouts work? Sure, everybody wants to know about that, right? It walks through the payouts. I've actually made a couple of videos walking through it. We've got it written out. We've got it broken down. We like to teach things 3 different ways: visually, broke down, and video. People learn differently. It's all right there. What were we just talking about? The trailing threshold. How does that really work? I want to understand it. That's the key. Okay. Again, all written out, broken down. I have a full video breaking it down right there. Literally everything you could want to know here. What are the rules for the evaluation? How does the trailing work? How do I reset it? Commissions. Commissions are no different than standard commissions. We don't mark up commissions at all. Everything you'd possibly want to know is right here. Okay. Our help desk is open, you know, around the clock pretty much for any questions you might have as well. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about what is trader funding, what you want and don't want in a funding company, and, you know, steps you'd want to take to know, you know, who you want to be in business with and not. Okay, so I'm going to post, are you going to post a link as well, Rob?
I have it ready.
Okay, I think I just posted it as well here too. Go to that link right there, okay? And when you get to that link, what you're going to see, let me just show you, is the site I just showed you. But now you're going to see a little something different. And right here, underneath each one of these accounts, remember how we saw the fees here? 50% off coupon code corner50. All right. This coupon code will give you 50% off any of these evaluation accounts. And it's not just 50% off the first month, it's also 50% off on any recurring months for that account, okay? So not just the first month. Hey, hopefully you pass before the first month, but some people want to take some time, that's fine, 50% off, okay? So use coupon code CORNER50 at checkout and get half off, all right? Doesn't matter if it's the $25,000 evaluation plan or the $300,000 evaluation plan, 50% off, okay? So, Rob, I kept talking and talking there, but I'm sorry, I went over. We were getting into
John, you are absolutely fine. We understand that fitting things in a perfect 45-minute time slot sometimes don't quite work out. So if there's one or two more things you'd like to say, feel free. If not, I'll go ahead and start with our next presenter.
Okay. Guys, I know there's a ton of questions we can go over. Mahesh says, hey, once you pass and you're in a live funded account, what are the monthly fees? Are there data fees? Okay, see right here on the homepage, the paid funded account fee, $85 a month. Okay, so let's just say you signed up for this account right here, the $100,000 evaluation account. That's $207 a month. Now, half off of that, you're, $103. Well, after you pass this evaluation account, that billing's gone because that evaluation account no longer exists. It's now become a paid funded account. The only fee for that is an $85 a month fee. That covers the account, that covers our trader, that covers the Ninja key, that covers the data feeds, and it covers a wire transfer fee for your withdrawal. Everything is covered in that, okay? So, guys, if you have any other questions, check out the site, go to that FAQ. There's a ton of information there. Some videos are in there. Feel free to hit us up at the Apex Trader Funding Help Desk for more questions. But again, use coupon code Corner
50
to get 50% off first month and recurring. So guys, thank you so much. I know I threw a ton at you there. If there's anything we can do to help you or answer questions, let us know. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having me. Rob, again, I apologize for having